Hello everyone, and welcome to Faith and Yoga at St. Bartholomew's. I'm Dixie, and I'm here with Aaron Porter, my husband Fred, and Glenn Gobrecht to bring you today's yoga practice. As you know, each week I come up with some sort of theme, and I gave you a hint last week that if you had time to go purchase a hula hoop or borrow one or hunt one down, today's the day. So we're going to be mixing it in, stirring it up with our hula hoop today. And I'll ask Fred to start our practice today with the gong or chime. Thank you, Fred. And I'd like you to think of the shape of the hula hoop. Of course, it's round. A hoop is round. It has no end. It's like love, my friend. I'm going to read that one more time. A hoop is round. It has no end. It's like love, my friend. So I also have a little announcement I'd like to make. I've been talking with Pastor Steve. There have been some requests for us to give a tryout to see if we could do some outside yoga through the warm spring and summer months. So the first outdoor trial yoga class is scheduled to be on Wednesday, May 19th, between the hours of 5 and 6. It will be outside, weather permitting, and for my standards, weather permitting means it's not raining, and also that the temperature is at least 60 degrees and less than 90 degrees. So everyone is welcome. We're going to practice social distancing. We're also going to have a nature walk and as part of the class as well. And the good portion of the class will be done standing rather than lying down. So you're all welcome to mark that down on your calendars, May 19th, 5 to 6, here at St. Bartholomew's. And we'll find the best place to have that for the amount of people that come out that night. So getting back to this, a hoop is round, it has no end, it's like love, my friend. And my friends, I invite you to put your hoop in the center of your mat and take a seat, an easy seated position within your hoop. When you're comfortable here, pay some attention to how you're seated. Is your back nice and straight? Is your head aligned with the ceiling? Make sure your posture is good. And let's just take a few minutes to put our hand on our heart. We'll get in touch with that beating heart. When you're ready, take a breath, just a regular breath, in through your nose. And breathe out through your nose, and let your chin come to your chest. Another breath in through your nose. And exhale through your nose, let your chin come to your chest. If you're comfortable with having your eyes closed, please do. Or you can just soften your gaze through your eyes and let those eyelids relax. Another breath in. And let it exhale. Chin comes to chest. Another soft inhalation. And exhale it. And let your hands rest on your legs. And get yourself repositioned again. Check in with yourself. I'm glad you showed up to give this time for yourself today. It's a restorative type of slowing down that you'll receive benefits from as far as your breathing, some stretching, and just some quality time for yourself. So let's take another breath in, and we'll do our 5 repeats of the oxygenating breath in. So breathing in for a count of 4, holding for 4, and exhaling for 4. So when you're ready, let's take that breath in through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, and holding it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling through the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now in your own pace, I'm going to ask you to do 4 more rounds of that. Breathing in. Let's do just one more together. Breathing in. And out. If you have your eyes closed, open them up and let your eyes go to the right corner of the room or the area that you're in. Maybe you're outside this time of year, but take your gaze up to the right corner. And then bring that gaze down to the left corner of the room where you're sitting. Take your gaze back up to the left-hand corner of the room, the upper corner. And back down to the right corner of the floor. Back to center. And gently close your eyes. Let the eyelids meet together if you're comfortable for that. If not, just soften your gaze. And if you remember, I promised that this was going to be a fun class, enjoyable. So remember to soften that mouth and let the corners of your mouth lift up into a little smile. When you're ready, you can softly open your eyes. We're going to take just a few moments here for some meditation and thought. So once again, if you need to readjust yourself just a little bit, please do. If you feel comfortable gently closing your eyes, I'm going to share a psalm with you. It's Psalm 34, verses 7 through 9. And it talks about a circle. It mentions a circle in it. So as you're quietly getting yourself comfortable, either soften or close your eyes. Think of your own circle of protection that you're in right now and how that makes you feel. Maybe you want to think about your home as a circle of protection, or your family or friends. But have your focus be on the listening to the psalm and thinking about a circle and how it has no end and it just goes on. Psalm 34, verses 7 through 9. God's angel sets up a circle of protection around us while we pray. Open your mouth and taste. Open your eyes and see how good God is. Blessed are you who run to him. Worship God if you want the best. Worship opens doors to all his goodness. God's angel sets up a circle of protection around us while we pray. I'd like to share a prayer with you while we're in our circle of protection here. Pray with me. Gracious God, We know that you all are always with us and that your wisdom is always available to us. We also know that we are surrounded by distractions, stresses, and to-do lists which keep us from being centered in your presence. Help us to notice you, God. Calm our minds and calm our hearts so that we may hear your living word. And together let's say Amen. Letting yourself take another deep breath in, breathing into your stomach, holding just for a moment, and exhaling through your nose. And letting ourselves come back from that meditation of quietness and stillness. I know that made me feel better already, knowing that God's protection is around us and knowing to calm our minds from the stresses and things that call out to us from daily encounters. So let's start our warm-up today with our hula hoop. So take a moment and come back up to a standing position. And I'm going to ask Fred to get us started with this. So Fred's going to come up and show you what he's come up with for the warm-up.
Okay, we're going to start it out today. We're going to hoop it up a little bit. And we're going to take our hoops and hold them up over our heads. And this is going to be typical of a sun salutation move where we'll just wiggle our hips, a little bit of a back bend, and move that hoop around in a circle as we look upward toward the sky or the ceiling. And then we'll reverse direction and go the opposite direction. Loosen those hips. Remembering to breathe. Come back to a stop. We'll gradually lower that hoop down in front of us. And here we're going to do a little bit different exercise. We're going to pretend that we're driving our car or steering a ship, whatever the case may be. So we'll take that back and forth, and you'll be able to feel that pull down on your sides when you do this. Work those muscles, also the muscles in your arms. And then we'll turn to one side, and we'll continue the steering the car, turning the corner, or steering the ship. And again, you'll feel that maybe in your hips, again in your sides. Bring it back to center, and then do the opposite side. And then back to center. And when you're ready, place your hoop down on the floor in front of you. Step inside the hoop. Do a forward fold. Pick up your hoop. And just kind of let your hands or your arms dangle. And rotate your hips from one side to the other. Nice, gentle movement. Again, continuing to breathe. And then step back again. Pick your hoop back up. And back up to a standing position. And again, we'll just steer that a couple more times. Steer the ship, drive the car. And then maybe from one side to the other. Feel that twist. Back to center. Back to the other side. And back to center. And breathe up over your head. Again, just Just do that rotation of those hips. One direction, and then back the other direction. And back to center. And we just hooped it up a little bit. Thank you.
Thank you, Fred. For the present time, we're going to put the hoops by the side, but not too far away. And I'll meet you on the mat in tabletop position. In tabletop position, make sure your hands are spread wide, knees are hip distance apart. You should be able to look back and not see your toes. We're going to get started with some cat-cows. So when you're ready, inhale, belly drops, gaze looks up. Taking an exhale, pulling that navel into your spine and rounding up like a cat. Letting your belly drop, gaze looks up. Exhale, pull that navel into your spine and round it up like a cat. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, round the spine. And then coming back to neutral. And give your tail just a little bit of a wag here. Still getting warmed up. And one more cat-cow in each direction at your own pace. Belly drops. Round the spine. And coming back to table position here. We'll get ready for spinal balance. Let's send that right arm out like we were going to shake someone's hand. Like hopefully we can start doing that maybe in July or August again. Send that left foot back, toe is pointing down. Really extend it, looking out ahead. Stretching out. Feeling that strong balance, engaging your core to hold yourself together. 2 more breaths here. And bringing it back in. Taking a moment to just move a little bit from side to side. Send that left hand out. Right foot goes back, toes pointed down. Engage your core and do a nice stretch out. Two more breaths here. And bringing it back. Let your toes come together, and let's go back for a child's pose, letting yourself come to that position. Let's walk that right hand over to the right corner of the mat. Left hand comes on top of it. And breathe in deep to that corner of the mat. Returning to the center. 2 breaths here. moving over to the left corner of the mat. Right hand goes on top of left hand, and a deep breath into that side. Filling that belly up with air, breathing out. And coming back to the tabletop position. We're going to put our right kickstand out here. And when you feel ready, open that right hand up to the sky, taking a deep breath in and opening that chest. And bring that back down. Knee comes to the mat. Put that left foot kickstand out. Open up that left hand to the sky. Really stretch it open. Let your chest expand. And coming back down to the mat. We're going to prepare for thread the needle here. So get yourself comfortable, once again in a proper tabletop position. The right hand comes up. We're going to replace it back down. Left hand goes up. We're going to replace it down. Let's lift that right hand a little higher this time and thread it through the space created by the left hand. Head comes to the mat. Two more breaths here. Pressing into that left arm and pulling that right one out. Returning again to tabletop position. Left hand goes out to the side, nice and high, and threads through the right space. And two more breaths here. And coming back, pulling that arm back by pressing into the right side. Letting yourself go from side to side. Tucking the toes, preparing for down dog. So when you're ready, let's lift those hips up and let yourself come forward and back, just rocking and stretching in down dog, getting strong, and then holding this down dog. Letting your feet walk forward and meeting together in a forward fold. Head hangs heavy. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Letting yourself come to a halfway lift. Hands on the shin. Back for the most part should be flat and gaze looks down. Breath here, and letting yourself come back down to a forward fold. This time, walking the fingers over to the left side towards your foot. And if you can, reaching behind and holding on to your ankle. If you can't, just alongside of where your foot is. Once again, head's hanging heavy. Two more breaths here. Coming back to center and walking your hands over to the right side. Grabbing that ankle if you can. If not, just coming along the outside of your foot or stopping at your toes. And two more breaths here. And letting yourself come back to center and just release those arms. Just let them be loose. And let that shoulder girdle just kind of move from side to side. One way and then the other. And very slowly, especially since we've been down here for a while, let yourself come up very slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Meet together in a mountain position. We'll come together with prayer hands. Once again, bringing ourselves back to a moment of stillness, a moment of calm, a little bit of time to center. Taking a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. If you have your eyes closed, gently let your eyes open up and bring your hands back down by your side. We're going to do a little bit of a shoulder warm-up here, even though we've been warmed up. This will help a little deeper. We're going to inhale, bring our shoulders up towards our ears, take those shoulders back, and exhale down. So it's almost like a wave. Inhale, shoulders up, back, and down. Let's do two more times. Inhale, up. We're going to put our arms out in front of us so our arms are parallel. We're going to take this left hand, gently grasp that right elbow, and pull that across our chest. Take 2 breaths here as you gently hold that. And then release. Arms should be back out in front of you. This time, right hand comes over, takes that left elbow, gently pulls it across. Maybe one arm's easier than the other to bring across. In, out. One more breath in. Good. Bring it back and give your arms a little shake. We're going to bring our arms up and interlace our fingers over our head. And we're going to be like kind of doing a backward wood chopper. So we're just going to kind of bring that back so our trapezius gets worked out here. Coming back to the center behind our head. And then opening it up. Open up your hands and put them together behind you in prayer position. And point the fingertips down. is quite an opening stretch in itself right there. And then do a turn to your right side. Return to center. And to the left. And release and shake that out. Good job, everyone. It's time to get a little drink if you need one. And also grab your hoop again. Gonna put the hoop down on the floor. And we're going to stand inside of our hoop. And we're gonna come to the star position. So arms are up. We're gonna open up our feet more than hip distance apart. And we're gonna do some windmills within the circle of our hoop. So we're gonna do 5 on each side. So when you're ready, inhale, come down, right hand goes to left toe. That left arm is up. Breathing, come back up. And over to the other side. That's 1. Coming back up. 2. Don't hurry and feel the stretch on them. That's 4. We've got one more, friend. There we go. And together, we meet in the star position. And once again, let's bring our hands up. Interlace our fingers. And just let ourselves lean back a little bit. Coming back to mountain, tall mountain, hands open up. Going to do a little bend to the right. To the center again. And to the left. Back to center. Okay, let your hands come down. Grab your mat. And we're going to try a warrior in this position with our hula hoop. So here we go. We got our hula hoop in our right hand. Our left foot, we're going to do warrior 1. So our left foot is going to come back at a right angle. Our right foot is pointed ahead of us. My hoop feels good in my right hand. You put it in the hand that feels good for you.